Come on, load already. There we go. Alrighty then. A little bit of lag here and there. Nothing new. Who do I farm for today? Hello? What's up, Hypersomnia? Yo, what's up, Exio? Or Exio, yeah. I forgot about this shit. Oh my god, I hate this event. I despise it. All good though. Do I have... Yeah, I do. I think I need a farm Jue for Changli to level up my Changli skills. No, never mind. No, I don't. I need to farm this domain. Yo, what's up, Shadow Game? Almost done with that event, but it's boring? Yeah. I don't want to do it, man. It's like, oh, fuck. I think, like, one of these days, I'm just gonna do it, like, all in one day. But right now, it's like, I'm not in the mood to do all that shit. I really think Wuwa should reuse the Zhang Liao companion event. Like, the way it, like, does the 2D shit. Like, there's a lot of good events that they've done. As well as the parkour one, I think. I think that one's also kind of fun. But this one just ain't it. This is actually, like, not it at all. How'd that not kill? Cramming the companion quest for the event? Yeah. No gold. That's how I do my events in Genshin and Wuwa. All near the last day because I'm too... Yeah, exactly. Like, I think that's just the best way to do it, man. On a day where you actually have, like, the free time or some shit or actually feel like doing it. I wish you could do your ult in the air. I think after playing this game, not playing this game for a few days, I can actually realize, like, some flaws. I think you should be allowed to do your ult in the air, considering that aerial combat is a pretty big thing. Have you seen Kuro won the visual audio something reward? Yeah, they won the visual audio reward. However, Monopoly Go won game of the year, like mobile game of the year, and Wuwa I think was second place. Which I didn't even know Monopoly Go fucking existed. Like, I didn't even know that. Oh, I didn't even know it existed. Ooh, a gold. Nice. I need to go revive you, man. I'm just sad, man. Like, Monopoly Go, really? Of everything to win Game of the Year, it was Monopoly Go. Now nobody gonna say Wuwa didn't win anything? Yeah. I believe Genshin was robbed of all awards because in my opinion Genshin is the greatest game of all time. No bias, all fact, no opinion. Well, it sounds pretty biased to me, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. I think Genshin or like Hoyo as a whole is just incredibly scummy. Like they didn't make any of these changes. Like the big changes that are all coming in like 5.0 or whatever are almost all completely reflected upon Wu's release. It's like goddamn. Hear about Genshin going to Xbox? Yep. And if you have Game Pass apparently. And you can pre-order it for $10. You can pre-order a free game for $10. How fun. A fucking 5-year-old game. Even ZZ got changed as fast as fuck after Wuwa. I mean, yeah, this is what they were doing, right? It's not like some crazy conspiracy theory that they didn't make any big changes for 4 years, and then right after Wuwa releases, they start making changes to all of their games. Like, it's not some type of big conspiracy theory. There's nothing wrong with it either, right? Like, it's a good thing they're doing it. It just shows how scummy they are. They know they can do things. They act like they can't do things and when they actually can the entire time. They only do it until they feel threatened. That's why I hate that shit, man. Like, they don't care how much money they're milking off their player base. They won't care until they get some actual competition. I tried ZZZ and Honkai, but I can't do 2 Hoyo games, bro. One is already painful enough. I feel you, man. I completely feel you. But the fans are gonna say it was coming long before Wuwa. It just wasn't, man. It just fucking wasn't. Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it has more to do with Wuwa or more to do with the fact that Genshin's revenue has just been falling off. Like, Genshin used to be the #1 gacha game on the revenue charts all the time, and it used to always average nearly like 100 million every month. However, recently it's been falling off like incredibly, man. Like, it's fallen off a lot. So I don't know if it has more to do with making less revenue or the fact that Wuwa came out. But I'm sure both of them played a factor. After doing some math, I realized 20 rolls gift for anniversary is pitiful for the gacha system of Genshin. That's not even 1/4 of what you need to hit 50/50. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only reason they're even getting praise for this new update is because of the selector. Or the... Yeah, I think it's a selector. Something about a free 5-star I heard from the standard banner. So, I think that's like the only reason they're currently getting praise. Which is cool. It is cool. But it's like... What standard banner characters would you get? Like Mona and Diluc maybe? Are those like the two best? One thing Mua needs to change is echo leveling. It's easier to get 2 crits, but also harder to level up. I'm gonna be honest. After experiencing Honkai Star Rail Relic farming, I can't speak for in comparison to Genshin because I haven't Relic farmed in Genshin in years, right? But in comparison to Honkai Star Rail, Wuwa is so much better, it's not even close. I've spent over a month at this point farming one relic domain, one planar ornament domain for my Yun Li and Fei Xiao. And bro, I still haven't gotten a single usable rope or orb. Like, it's been absolutely disgusting. Like, at least in Wuwa, I feel like in Wuwa, on average, every 2 weeks. Like, if I dedicate myself to farming, like, purely tacit fields, like, I feel like 2 weeks is how long it takes me to get a full set of good echoes for a character. However, in fucking Honkai Star Rail, bro, this shit has taken me over a month. I still don't have a full set of usable relics. I got Zeshi, but I didn't really want her. Then why'd you pull for her? She's really good with Jinchi. So I guess if you have Jinchi, but like... then you probably should have saved for Swordkeeper. I just beat the monkey hologram solo with Dungeon on mobile. My fingers hurt. Oh my god. Takes skill. I did it for my Jinshi, but now I don't. I see. On average, it takes me about 2 weeks max to get double crits on a full set, and I do it casually. Yeah, exactly, Emulsifier. I feel like 2 to 3 weeks is the average to get a full set of like nearly all double crit echoes for a set. However, in Honkai Star, actually, I'll say this: I feel like in Honkai Star Rail, it's fine for the normal domains. I think it's the planar ornament domain that for some reason is super ass. Like it's not even close how much worse it is than the normal relic domains. Cause I got a full set of usable relics from the normal relic domain, like the 4-piece domain, within like 2 or 3 weeks, just the same as Wuwa. However, the planar domain is what's really fucking eluding me right now. Like, I don't know if you guys saw some community post that I made yesterday. I used 2 of my gold resins on the follow-up set rope, the Duron rope, because I need an attack rope with at least 1 crit stat for my Yun Li, and I didn't get a single relic with a crit stat. Like, it's absolutely fucking terrible, man. Like, I just waste 2 gold resin just like that, and we only get gold resins like maybe once every couple of weeks. Like, holy fuck. On average, it takes me about 2 weeks. Oh, yeah, I already read that. HSR is the worst relic system? So far, yeah. From what I've experienced. Must suck to be a Genshin main. Must suck to be a Genshin main knowing the company spent years treating you like shit, while the other games get way better treatment. Generos. I mean, the thing is, if you're like a diehard Genshin fan, it won't even matter to you. Like, I know so many, like, this especially applies to, like, casual players of a game. If they like one game more than the other, they don't really care about the rewards all that much, right? Like, I'm gonna be honest, there's a lot of people, probably a majority, who like Genshin so much, like the story, the region design, the characters, like they like it so much that they don't care, like how shitty the rewards are, and they don't care about like any of that. You think they'll add more Echo sets? Because I don't like it, and I expect some people hoping for more sets when there's leaks, teasers for new Echoes. I don't know. I really don't know. The thing with adding a new Echo set is they'd have to make another new, like, probably like 10 new Echoes to, like, fit the new set, right? And I don't know if they want to do that or not. Like, it depends. Like, it's kind of different in this game compared to, like, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin, right? Like, we aren't farming, like, PNGs, right? Like, it's actual monsters that are in the world that they have to incorporate. So I don't really know. Maybe, I feel like if they'll do it at any time, it'll probably be 2.0. For people who don't know, it's going to go from 1.4 to 2.0 nearly immediately. So that's my only guess. We'll have to see then. Yeah, when it comes to gold resin, I'll just use it for rare main stats. Still, the HSR relic system sucks. Oh yeah, so many people were telling me that. They were like, bro, why didn't you use your gold resin on a rare main stat like a physical damage orb? And I'm like, because I can use the attack rope on literally anyone. Like, I don't have any other option since I used to never farm relics. So I literally just need one attack rope with double crit, and I'd be able to use it on like any follow-up character. Does HSR also have a 6% base rate or 0.6%? Yeah, I think it does. I think Genshin and HSR have the exact same. It's only I think Wuwa is the only one with like 0.8. Yeah, Wuwa is the one with 0.8. Did you watch the live action? No, I didn't watch the One Piece live action, and I'm not keeping up with it. Is Robin a good support? I have free to play Firefly team. I want to go with Robin guaranteed and try for Fei Shao. Yes. Robin right now is like on Ruan Mei tier, in my opinion. I think Robin is easily one of the most broken supports in the game right now. So yeah, go for her. Like Robin, having Robin on your team increases your damage output for any follow-up team by like double. And then like even in hyper carry situations, recently she's become the new best support over Sparkle. So like Robin is kind of like a must pull support in my opinion. Like there are two must pulls in the game right now, and they're probably Ruan Mei and Robin. Did you try any mods on Wuwa? Nope. Let me see if I have the 120 FPS option. Nope. Oh my fucking god, it's so annoying. I might mod this game, I'm gonna be honest. Um I don't know why I don't have a 120 FPS option. It's fucking annoying. Like I did it before when the game first released just to see how it was, and it worked perfectly fucking fine. I don't know why they're fucking restricting it still. Modeling resin is cope, it never gives good substats. I actually got, like, the only reason I have a good pair of boots on my Yunli right now is because of the gold modeling resin. Like, it just depends, honestly. It's just very annoying, because Honkai Star Rail has way more substats and way more main stats than, like, Wu or Genshin. It's really fucking annoying. HSR is getting worse slowly than Genshin in my opinion because of overlapped characters and relics. Also, some characters are must-have for MOC and Pure Fiction. I mean, character mods from a certain banana site? No. I haven't done any mods. I lost Ruan Mei's 50-50 and got well. I mean, at least you got a decent standard. I lost Ruan Mei's 50-50 too, but I got Bailu. So, yeah, it gets worse. I agree, though. Party animals. I think HSR is going too fast. Like, I'm being so serious right now. Like, I think HSR is going too fast, and it sucks for casual players. Like, they're making new relic sets that literally only work on one or two people. Like, it's so fucking annoying. Like, the new Firefly set, bro, only works against fire weak enemies. Like, why? Why does this shit even exist, man? And they come out with a new relic domain like every 2 or 3 patches. And they have 2 new characters coming out at the exact same time every time. It is so annoying. I think the only way you can enjoy HSR is by not focusing on new characters and only focusing on the characters you already have. Unless you're a new player. Obviously, if you're a new player, you need to look at new players. But, like, I'm saying once you already have, like, 2 team comps, you just need to stop worrying about getting another team for a long time. Otherwise, your fun in the game is going to absolutely take a hit. Like, it's actually so fucking annoying. Think we can complain till they fix... They're never going to fix it, man. Like, that's the thing, right? Like, these gacha games are the most greedy company ever. They do not care, like, how annoying something may be, because it's annoying, more people play the game. More people farm every day, right? Like, it's one of those things where people will nonstop play the game until they get the relics they want. And that's exactly what Hoyo wants. So they're never going to change it. I really don't think they ever will. Damn, I got Bailu twice on the new banner and the first 5-star on standard banner. Oh, damn. Should I pull? I have Jinshi on Zeshi? Yeah. It's her best in slot team with Zeshi. Oh, yeah. First you need break effect and here comes effect hit rate? Yeah. And now there's a new fucking... we're getting new relic sets in 2.5. And one of them is literally only for summon characters. Like, characters who can use a summon. There's like 2 or 3 characters like that in the entirety of the game. And we're going into a meta of summon characters. So you're going to have to farm a new relic domain again for new characters again. It's like, oh my fucking god, man. Like, I think this is the best part of Wuwa that I've enjoyed so far because there's barely that many sets and all the sets are incredibly universal. I farm one set of Havoc Echoes and I now have Echoes that I can use on any Havoc character in the game. And it's like this for literally every other element. Like, it takes away so much of the stress, I swear to God. Folded and got the pink fox guy in 30 pulls. Now I'll be stuck in RNG hell for months. I mean, good luck, man. I don't even know why people would pull for. Only reason is Xiao. Like, that's really the only way, man. Or, sorry, Acheron. Like, he's so useless outside of every fucking Acheron team. Actually, sorry. I shouldn't say he's useless, because people get on my ass for this. When I call a character useless, I mean useless in pull value. Like, I really need to start clarifying this. Like, the people jumped on me for the Sparkle shit for calling her useless. I mean in terms of pull value compared to other characters. I've seen your community posts with your art and think they're really good. How long have you been an artist? I got an iPad Pro like over a year and a half ago. And I had a friend who used to do, like, he did manga colorings. He still does, by the way. And it kind of made me want to try it out myself as well. So I basically have just spent like time since then coloring. However, it's not like it's been consistent. Like, I probably color for a couple weeks, then I take like a 1 to 2 month break almost always. Then I come back again. It's not something I force myself to do. I just kind of do it for the fuck of it whenever I feel like it. I had to buy an Apple Pencil though, and that shit is so expensive. Like, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone unless they really have the money for it, because getting an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil and getting Procreate, like, that shit is absolutely fucking annoying. Genshin is adding a version of modeling resin that lets you pick two substats. Maybe HSR will do something similar in the future. Maybe. Maybe. But it'll probably be even more limited than the gold resin. It all depends how much they give you, in my opinion. I think that's what really matters. Because even if you can... Here's the worst part, right? You can now pick two substats, and you're gonna get that shit on a main stat that you don't want. Like, it's either substat RNG or main stat RNG. And for certain pieces, main stat RNG is worse. Like, for boots and for fucking orbs and spheres, like, they're absolutely fucking worse than substat RNG. Do you think we'll get something from winning music/visuals at the Mobile Game Awards? No. I mean, I feel like at max, maybe 10 polls. However, I think that's really it. Because it doesn't have anything to do with the player base, right? Like, when a game wins Game of the Year, it's usually because of the player base voting. And they didn't win Game of the Year. Like, visual shit, like, I feel like that's completely different. Are you skipping for Ling Shaw? Because she doesn't seem too crazy unless they make more changes to her kit. I'm going for Robin in the first half of the phase, or the patch. I should have enough pulls. Whether or not I win the 50-50, I don't fucking know. However, I'm going to be going for Robin no matter what. And if I manage to get Robin like crazy early and win the 50-50, then I'll go for Fei Xiao as well. I don't have any interest in going for Ling Shot. I just don't need her. Actually, no, that's wrong. Because I don't have Ruan Mei, I actually do kind of need her. Because my biggest issue in Pure Fiction right now is that because I don't have Ruan Mei, sometimes it takes 2 Firefly E's to break the mob's weakness bar. So sometimes I get fucked over because of that. So Ling Shot actually would be a pretty big game changer for my team because I don't have Ruan Mei in Pure Fiction. However, outside of that, her value is because my Firefly team can already clear everything. Yeah, I get that. I've been drawing for a pretty decent time now, and I'm going to college soon. I might buy a drawing tablet and try it out. Yeah, I think the one thing that was the worst possible decision I ever made when I first started coloring is I put way too much time in it. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, and I thought that I had to put like this crazy amount of time. Like the first coloring I did took me 6 days, or like 4 or 5 days, and a total of like 24 hours, I think. Like I went all out for absolutely no reason way too early, when in reality I should have just been messing around with brushes and shit to see what works best. Like I realized this like months later. Hello, finally caught your stream, LMAO. Hope you have fun. Thank you, man. Thanks for stopping by, Creamy Icy. Did you see the ray tracing trailer for Wuwa? Nope. My shit can't even run that anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother. Gabby, do Tower of Adversity on Wuwa? Oh, it reset. I didn't realize. Ruan May is even worse than Robin for being used in everything. Oh, yeah. Ruan May and Robin are the most used. The reason why Robin is actually like more used than Ruan May now is because you clear faster with Robin. Like because of Robin's action forward, if you have like a well-built Robin, it's better in almost every single team than Ruan May. But Ruan May is still the GOAT support because she works on literally every team. Do you think Mose is a must for any account? No. Only if you're actually no, he's not even a must in any team. Like he's good, but he's not a must in any team. Um like in the Fei Shower follow-up team, you can use March 7th or Topaz. And March 7th is a free character that you instantly get at E3. So I wouldn't say Mose is a must, but he's definitely nice to have so that you can use like those other characters on a different team in the future. Are you playing 120 or 60 FPS? 60 because this stupid game won't let me play on 120. Scar got nerfed. Didn't he get nerfed a long time ago? Like his HP, I think, or his moveset. I have GPU requirements, but not CPU. Oh, is that why I don't have it either? What are the CPU requirements? Let me see. Wuthering Waves 120 FPS requirements. Wuthering Waves locked to specific GPUs. Is it my CPU? I don't know. Moses better than Topaz E0 actually. Yeah, but at E6. Like at E6, he's better than like it's harder to get an E6 4-star than it is to get an E0 5-star. So it's kind of like I have an i3. I have a Ryzen 5 5600X. So I'm not sure why I'm not allowed to run at 120, because that should be completely fine for running this game at 120. And I know because I fucking tested it before, and it worked perfectly fine. I don't understand why they just gatekeep that shit. Welcome home, Zeshi. Never mind. How good is Chang Li, by the way? She's decent. She's nothing crazy because she supports. I'm assuming she's being set up for like a future main DPS fusion character. However, because of her outro skill being a buff instead of like a buff to herself, it's kind of like right? Like she's kind of sub DPS material. She's like almost Gion level. It's harder to get E6 4-star than to get an E6 5-star. Well, yeah, but it's harder to get an It's harder to get an E6 4-star than an E0 5-star. That's what I'm arguing for. E2 now after the new buff. Did his E2 get buffed or some shit? I mean, if that's true, then that's nice. The Fake Xiao team is really cheap. Like, if any of you guys are new players and you have the polls, you can just get Fei Xiao Robin. You're gonna end up getting an E2 Mose and then run it with Gallagher or some shit. Like, that should just work. I don't see why it wouldn't. Or like Lynx. I don't know, whatever the fuck. Because you might not have Gallagher. Even if he is worse before E6 still saves 80 plus pulls, you would otherwise... Okay, but like, realistically, right? You're guaranteed 1 4-star every single 10 pulls. Who is getting 6 or 7 Moses? Sorry, 7 Moses and 80 pulls. Like, that's kind of my point, right? Like, until a few patches pass and he's been in a lot of banners, currently it is a lot easier to have like an E0 Topaz than it is to get an E6 Mose out of nowhere. Like, you'd probably have to spend close to like 200 pulls to get an E6 Mose. Unless you're like lucky and you just get him over and over again. Like, I got so unlucky with Gallagher on my Honkai Star Rail account. You guys have no idea. Like, I got 4 Zhueyis in a row, and because of that, I only have an E2 Gallagher. Like, the 4-star RNG is significantly worse than the 5-star one. No, I mean, yeah, I know. I'm talking with people who are saying that it's easier to get an E6 4-star than it is to get in like an E0 Topaz or some shit. E6 4-stars take way longer to get. Gallagher E6 took 2 patches for me, yeah. Like, I think I spent like 100 plus pulls between Firefly and Ruan May's banner combined, and I only got an E2 Gallagher. And keep in mind, we got like 1 Gallagher copy from an event. So I only got 2 Gallaghers in like 100 pulls. I feel you on the Gallagher pulls. Got E1 after like 200 pulls. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know Tower of Adversity. I don't have fucking Asteroid to pull. I hope I can get E6 Mose since I want to pull Robin and Fei Xiao. Yeah, hopefully, man. I wish you luck. I don't like personally, right? I wish Robin would have reran on Ling Shaw's banner. It gives you Asteroid. I know. I know, man. But it doesn't give you that much anyways. I'm going to be able to pull like, what, 4 or 5 times? There are some players who go crazy with the quick swap tech. It looks so cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the skill to pull it off. My problem with tech in these gacha games is that you just don't need to learn it. Like, that's kind of the annoying part. Like, let's say in like fighting games, this is why I never understood the EO like drama over like all that shit. Like, in fighting games, you're incentivized to learn fighting tech because you're fighting another living person that can also have that fighting tech and use it on you. However, in these gacha games, it's kind of like, what's the point? Like, you just don't need it. Like, there's people soloing everything in this game, like solo Changli, solo Chixia for the hologram bosses. Like, nothing is really needed. His ultimate and technique got buffed in V4. E2 is all you need to pull ahead of Topaz now. Oh, I see. Then yeah, that's a lot better than a Topaz. Topaz, there were some delusional people when Fei Xiao was coming out. There was people saying stuff like, there was people saying that Topaz was more needed on the team than Robin. Like, where do people even get this from? Like, I'm genuinely confused. Like, where do people even get that from? Like, I'm a new player, right? And even I know that shit is bullshit. They're like, oh, the 50% damage vulnerability. It's like, oh, fucking K. Like, Robin gives a team-wide buff that nearly doubles everyone's damage. Like, they're nowhere near the same playing field. That EO drama's still funny, my god. I only memorized rotations in MMOs, but I'm too lazy to do that for PvE. Yeah, exactly. I completely agree. Like, when you're playing a PvE game, like, learning tech and all that shit, it's like, it's cool, right? Like, you have the option to learn it. However, you don't really have any incentive to. At the end of the day, most gacha games are just about numbers and not tech. Yeah. I mean, that's why whales love these games. Like, when you can just spend money to make up for the difference in skill, like, so many casual players love that. They love having the option to not be good at a game and make up for it with money. And that's why these games are so successful. Now I have E1 S1 Topaz and still regret not pulling Robin. E0 S0 Robin, E1 S1 Topaz. Yeah, exactly. And then there was people arguing like, oh, but E0 S1 Topaz is better than Moe's. And then it's like, okay, then put the fucking light cone on Moe's. Like what? Just put the light cone on Moe's. E0 Fei Xiao is really cheap. Watching 2 cycles with March Gallagher and Moe's, yeah, exactly. And that's on the Hule boss. Like, you guys need to keep in mind, the Hule boss is the strongest, like, enemy in the game that we're gonna have so far. Like, in terms of speed and in terms of health. Like, if you're not running Robin on an Acheron team, an average Acheron team is also gonna clear in 1 or 2 cycles. Like, compared to these, like, E0 Fei Xiao, like, things. Like, it's really not that easy. Fei Xiao is a lot stronger than she looks. And I do think that so many people have been underestimating the fact that they buffed Fei Xiao's follow-up potential a lot more. Like, that's the reason why she clears so much easier now. She does way more follow-ups than she used to do. What? How did that hit me? Why does it... Okay. S6 Jinshi does 1 million damage, by the way. Yeah, I know. Although I think... Isn't that with, like, S6 supports or some shit as well? Fei Xiao took forever to get stacked, so I'm glad her recent changes made it so much more consistent. Yeah, exactly. Like, I've also seen, like, I don't know if they changed their Eidolons or not. Like, I know they changed their Eidolons from, like, V1 to, I think, like, V3. Like, they changed it. However, I don't know if they changed it again for V4. I do think her current E2 is worse than her old E2, but her current E1 is better than her old E1. So it's kind of like, right? Um, I have noticed a common trope though. Like they always make E1 for supports and sustains good, but E2 for DPSs. Like that shit pisses me off. If is Fei Xiao good at E0 S0? Um, I don't know what free to play Lycone they're using on her, but all I know is I'm pretty sure Fei Xiao is significantly stronger with her Lycone. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I know she's still very decent at E0 S0, but I think with her Lycone, it's a pretty big game changer. Hule boss, people underestimate her because they're focusing on the damage per screenshot and dismissing the fact that she just attacked 12 times in a cycle getting the same damage. Yeah, exactly. I think this is the same problem that people had with Acheron versus Firefly, where they saw Acheron do like 800, 900k in ult versus Firefly doing 3 to 400k every E, and being like, oh my god, Acheron's the new best DPS. Oh my god, she's so much better than Firefly still. Not realizing that Firefly takes like 4 different turns. Harmony Trailblazer's E hits 100k. Gallagher's ult hits 100k. Like, bro, like I feel like the HSR community has a severe problem of just looking at damage per screenshot without realizing the overall damage that's going on in a team. Boot Hill is better. For Hule specifically, yeah, but in general, no. Glacial. Oh, these are made for Zeshi and fucking Zhang Liao. I should have known. Whatever. Herda Hunt Halsey is really solid. I don't see why it wouldn't be usable on Fei Xiao. Is that cruising on the Stellar Sea? Is that the one? The only problem is, I think you should still go for her Lycone. Because you're probably going to be running March 7th or Moe's on the team. And then you'll probably want to put that 5-star Herda Lycone on one of them. Because it's a follow-up team, right? Unless you're convinced that you're only going to run it hyper carry, then sure, right? It's fine. But otherwise, I'd recommend pulling her on her Lycone. In this day and age, always save for the signature weapon or else the HP increase of bosses will get the worst of you. Yeah. I feel like Hoyo shot themselves in the foot with all this preview info. Hear everyone talk about Fei Xiao like she's out when she's not even on the banner. I feel like this is pre-order regret in the making. I mean, they don't preview anything though. Like it's literally people going into the files of the game and stealing those files. Like they make their own game off of Honkai Star Rail's files, and that's how we're able to get leaks of these characters like a month before they come out. Because the team also does testing. And like all this speculation doesn't matter all that much until V5 because V5 is when everything is solidified. However, you still get a good glance at how strong a character will be during the previous versions, right? Like for example, Zhao Q would have been way stronger if any of his previous versions came out before his V5. So like it's just cool to see like the kid of a character preparing to farm for them, seeing how they work on teams. Like that's why I truly think that gacha games are the only like type of game or media where leaks are a good thing. Like it actually helps the player choose between whether they pull or not. Makes sense. It's the same deal with Eon. All of the destruction characters want it. Yeah, exactly. Like I can't use Fall of the Eon on my Yun Li because I have it on my Firefly, and it's way more important on my Firefly. So it's just annoying, right? We are getting Shorekeeper gameplay leaks tomorrow, by the way. Oh really? Can't wait. No, I just wasted that. I'm probably gonna die. Yep. But as someone watching from the outside, feels absolutely insane to watch people talk about unreleased stuff like they've been out for years. I mean, we kind of already know how strong they are, though. Like, yeah, I can understand what you're saying. But, like, the moment you understand the leaks at all, it's like, I don't know. Like, I don't really get it. Like, you can instantly tell how good a unit will be the moment a new version drops. Like, that, like, these gacha games aren't complicated at all. Like, I'm just gonna be honest, right? Like, it's really, you can make any unit super strong with the right relic investment, but for the average player, how strong will this unit be in general, and in how many teams will they be good or better than other older units? That's kind of what people go through to justify, like, going through leaks of a character and saying if they're good or not, right? However, people really mess up. Like there are some idiots, right? Don't get me wrong. Like as we said before, there are some people who just look at damage per screenshot and think that's what makes a character good. And a lot of people get messed up ideas from it, and then they end up making terrible pull decisions or just don't know what they're talking about. However, it's really not that complicated or like wrong at all. Yeah, leaks are why I'm skipping 2.4 entirely to go for Robin. Now imagine we had no leaks and then Robin came out and we had. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's why I love leaks so much, man. Like, you can save your Jades, you can save your pulls for a future character because you know, like, a couple of weeks or a month prior whether or not you want to go for a character or not. Like another thing outside of kit, right? Like a month prior, like outside of just the character's kit, their animations don't change at all. Like their design and their animations. So that's another thing where leaks really help people because a lot of people only pull for design. They only pull for a character's animations. They really do, right? So that's another thing where leaks really come in clutch. You can see a character's design and animations an entire month early. Like I have a friend who wasn't that interested in Ling Sha, but when they saw Ling Sha's animations, they decided that they wanted to go for her. Like the moment, because keep in mind we get leaks like a month to a month and a half before their actual release. Yeah, but people can't rate accurately. They downplayed Ruan May and Robin. I mean, another thing you need to keep in a it's different for supports. Like a lot of you guys don't realize this, but like Ruan May released at nearly the beginning of the game, so there were probably a lot of teams where people thought like, well, yo, we barely have any DPSs right now. Like she's not that crazy, right? Or a lot of teams that can take advantage of her. Like it was the same with Robin. Robin was really good in follow up teams, but it's not like she was discovered to be the best in literally every single comp ever. Now, with Zhao Q's release, she is the best in an E2 Acheron team. With Yun Li, she is the best in a Yun Li team. With Fei Xiao, she's the best in a Fei Xiao team, right? Like, before all these new characters, Robin was a lot more restricted in a couple of teams. Now that we're going into like this follow-up meta with having multiple DPSs on one team, Robin is way stronger than she originally looked. So like, I think judging a support off of release can be a bit more risky than judging a DPS on release, because a DPS is just a lot more straightforward to understand, right? They're this strong and they're going to be this strong forever, right? Like, they're not going to get any buffs. However, Harmony characters can get specific DPSs that work with them that makes them stronger than they used to be. So the thing is, unreleased characters can sound strong, but your only reference is the current state. Yeah, exactly. Like, that's what makes it so hard to fully predict the value of a character, or usually, in most cases, supports or sustains, is that we don't know what characters will come out in the future as well, right? Like, that's what really, like, makes it weird. Like, for example, I think Ling Sha, like, there's a leaked character, right? Her name is Rappa. Her entire kit has leaked, and she is an erudition unit made for Super Break. So we're getting our first erudition unit, break unit focused, and obviously, since she's erudition, she's supposed to be really good in pure fiction, right? So I'm assuming Ling Sha alongside Rappa with like all these super broken or broken enemies in the fucking pure fiction would be pretty broken. Because keep in mind, Ling Sha does a lot of damage with her follow-ups on super broken enemies. So, like, there are some characters that don't look that good right now. Like, people are doom posting Ling Sha because she's barely better than Gallagher. She's actually significantly better. The thing is, Gallagher just doesn't have a reason to be replaced, right? Like, there's no need to replace a Gallagher right now. However, she may have better use in the future with future break characters that we simply aren't aware of. Not gonna lie, Ling Sha is looking good. I'm like, even if she's mid, I'm still pulling. Yeah, she's not even mid either. People just glaze Gallagher to the high heavens in this fucking community. Like, people don't realize the amount of damage she outputs on a break team is like triple Gallagher's. Like, you can't really look at it from a sustain standpoint, even though she is better at sustaining than Gallagher. You have to look at it like, yo, this girl is like a sub DPS in my super break team. Finally caught your stream. What's up, Storm? Nice to have you here. There ain't no T0 erudition character yet. Rappa, I'm counting on you. Bro, she may be T0. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but like, her leaked kit says that she gets an increased weakness break efficiency against elite mobs. So she might be someone who's really good for breaking like mobs and enemies really, really fast. By the way, she also ignores toughness. Just like literally every other new DPS, she ignores toughness, according to leaks for her kit. At least with HSR, we can assume all of the newly released characters will be held as strong. The question is for how long? Yeah, exactly. Like, I think once the 3.0 patches hit, we will finally be able to recognize a pattern. I think that's when it'll be finally like, we recognize a pattern, this is going to happen. Because Acheron ended up power cliffing every previous DPS by like by being twice as strong, right? Like, Acheron is twice as strong as any of the previous DPSs before her, and she came out in the 2-point patches. So if we get another new DPS in the 3.0 something patches that is twice as strong as every previous DPS, then we'll finally have a pattern to go off of. However, if not, then honestly, we'll be fine and in the clear for a long time. Can't believe the doom posting to Ling Sha. I think it's really stupid. I do. Like, Ling Sha is universal too, right? Because Ling Shaw's skill is off of attack. Like, Because of that, she still does decent damage even when she's not breaking enemies. Like, it's nearly the same as Aventurine. So I really do think she's incredibly underrated. She works well in follow-up teams, and she works very, very well in break and super break teams. I still believe in the old ways. Let whales and simps pull first and just ask how the character is after a week. I mean, the thing is, a lot of people, even after the release of a character, don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Like, guys, we can have another Sparkle incident literally at any time. Me included. I fed into the mindset that, oh, Sparkle, Bronya power creep. Sparkle, new best harmony on the block. I don't need a pull for Robin because I have Sparkle. Sparkle now, although she's usable, right? She's useful in a lot of teams. In terms of being best in slot, she isn't best in slot in almost every single team in the game. Like, even in hyper carry scenarios where she's supposed to be better than Robin, Robin is better than her. And she's only really best in slot for Mono Quantum and Dill teams to a very small extent. So, like, that's why I call, like, Sparkle useless and shit, even though I use her for my own Lee. Like, her pull value is terrible if you don't already have her. Which is basically what I'm saying. Like, you can't even listen to most of these content creators. Like, that's another thing you guys need to keep in mind. Like, a lot of these big content creators who do showcases, like, they're in the Hoyo server doing showcases of new characters, they barely know what the fuck they're talking about. Half of them can't even full star MOC. Half of them can't full star Pure Fiction without the most broken characters in the game. Nah, who uses Mono Quantum? You have to use that bum DPS seal. A lot of people do, man. A lot of people do. It's a very common thing where characters are overrated way too much in these gacha games. Like, there's one side that overrates characters too much, and there's another side that underrates characters. But I think definitely there's a bigger side that overrates every single character that comes out. A content creator said Sparkle will be useless though, like not worth your pulls if you have Bronya. I don't know what content creator that is, but I know a majority of the content creators were saying that Sparkle is like Bronya replacement when Sparkle was coming out. Like, Tectone said it. I think Mr. Pokey also fucking said it. Like, a bunch of people said it. HSR is the only game I'm forced to pull for meta. ZZZ is just girl simulator. I don't really know about ZZZ. I quit that game way too early. Seal is getting booted to tier 5 once we get a new Quantum DPS. Yeah. Like, that's the only thing that could bring Sparkle back. Is if they made a new Quantum DPS that's, like, stronger than every previous DPS. Like, I feel like that's kind of the only way you could do it. And make them need, like, Silver Wolf or some shit. Right? So that way you could get the full extent of Sparkle's buff. Seal mains will disagree. They still think she is the best DPS in the game. I mean, this is the case for literally every DPS in the game. They all have delusional fan bases. Like, if you say Jinyuan's trash, some guy's gonna come up to you with his signature Lycone, a 90% crit rate with 200% crit damage, and a full stacked out team telling you that they're still able to clear the MOC in 2 to 3 cycles. Like, okay, man. Like, every DPS in this game can clear the endgame content with extremely high relic quality. But it's about how far they fall behind. Didn't QQ already outdamage Seal? Yeah, but you need to get lucky with her skill. That's the only problem with it. Like, you need to get lucky because there's times you can get, like, pretty unlucky with her skill. Well, back in the day, Sparkle was strong when the best DPS was Dill. I mean, you guys want to know the funniest part about it? Didn't Acheron come out right after Sparkle's release? Like, that has to be the funniest shit ever. Like, you pull Sparkle for your deal like I did, and then Acheron comes out the very next patch. Oh my god, bro. I remember people back then were coping as well. They're like, oh, Acheron's better, but she's not all that much better. Your deal is still going to be pretty close. Your Jingliu is still going to be pretty close. Like, oh my god. Like, there's always such a massive cope when a new, better DPS comes out. Sparkle will climb up the tier list again when a new hyper carry is released. It has to be Quantum, though. That's what I'm saying. Like, even in most hyper carry situations, unless you have a hyper carry DPS that also eats up 3 skill points like Don Hung, it's not going to do shit. Like, it needs to be a Quantum DPS specifically to take advantage of Sparkle's buff. Otherwise, Robin will still be better. This guy, he also said Robin is better than Ruan Mei during the 2.2 batch. Who? Mr. Pokey? Everyone who played Honkai Impact 3rd knew Acheron was going to be completely busted. I knew she was going to be busted. Like, it's just like the Raiden design, bro. Like, I came from Genshin, so I know her as like Raiden Mei or whatever the fuck. I don't know what her name is in the original game. Acheron is a Mei Hoyo. Yeah, exactly. Like, that type of character is always super fucking strong. LMAO, I skipped Sparkle and got Acheron E1S1. I mean, the E1 on Acheron is nearly useless. However, still a dub, honestly. Because you don't even need Sparkle anymore for E2 Acheron teams. You just need Robin. It's fucking Robin Mania, man. Her name in the original game is Raiden Mei? I see. Sparkle won't top Robin, but maybe you could use them together if Dill 2.0 is released. I mean, you can already kind of use them together in a Dill team to begin with. But it's kind of like... We'll have to see, right? We'll just have to see. Another thing that could happen that could make it pretty ass is if we get a new hyper carry support. Because if we do, and she ends up being better than Sparkle, then it gets even worse. Like, it just gets worse. Yep, that's what I do. Problem is that Dill fell off hard. Yeah. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. My current Yun Li with half-assed traces and 2 missing relics is performing better with my Sparkle than my Dill was. And my Dill's higher level, he was using On the Fall of an Eon, while my Yun Li is using a 4-star Lycone. Like, I don't know, man. Also, Yun Li is better for pure fiction. Like, I can use Yun Li in every single endgame mode. New Ting Yun may just blow Sparkle out the water. New Ting Yun is supposed to be a damage dealer. Like, every single leak that has come out for the new Ting Yun has said that she's Fire Nihility. So, I don't know if she'll be support or not. Like, every single leaker has said she'll be Fire Nihility. From what I hear, Acheron only really goes online at E2. Anything before that, she's underwhelming, and after that is overkill. No. No. Acheron at E0 is already strong. There's 0 cycles of Acheron at E0. On, like, E0 S1, I should say. E0 S1 Acheron, there's 0 cycles of her anyways. E2 is just overkill. Because what E2 does is it allows you to take full advantage of her buff, which is you want 2 other characters of the same path on the team. So basically you want 3 nihilities and 1 sustain. However, this goes away if you get her E2 and you get the full buff of it anyways, and you only need 1 nihility on the team. So you're able to add a harmony, and we all know harmonies increase a DPS's damage significantly more. So she goes from like doing 1 million damage to doing like 1.5 million damage at E2. Because you're allowed to swap in a support. And because of Zhao Q's release, she's even more broken now. Because Zhao Q gives her ult way more often. Is the Wuwa 1.3 beta out yet? I have absolutely no clue. But I doubt it. I just 36-starred MOC with my unbuilt Yun Li LMAO. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, she's strong. Is there any kit ideas you would like if they were implemented in the game? I've already said this before. They haven't added a new ice character since before Penacony. We've gotten every single new element of character since Penacony except for a new ice character. And what I want is an ice character that can be like Welt. Like they can slow down enemies or they can freeze enemies on will with their skill or whatever. That's kind of what I want for a kit right now. Because I feel like they're starting to go this way, especially with the new Hule boss. That bitch has nearly 300 speed at his max stacks, and normally has 190 speed. So it'd be cool to get a new ice character that could freeze or debuff with fucking freeze. Misha is ice, bro. That's a 4-star, man. I'm talking about limited characters. We haven't gotten a new limited ice character at all. We have gotten a new limited for every single other element but ice. So permafreeze, yeah. Like just make a stronger Welt or some shit. Like someone who can take full effect of the freeze ability. Or the reaction in fucking Honkai Star Rail. Because if you think about it, right? Right now, the only way to really zero cycle in the game, like as consistently as possible, is with units that give you speed and give you action forward. So you could make it to where you could just make the enemy so slow that you no longer need to rely on harmonies that boost speed. And you can just have a unit that can freeze enemies constantly so that they never take their turn. Wait, if Acheron is strong enough at E0 and E0 Robin is so much stronger. Robin is a harmony. Acheron is a DPS. Like, Robin's a support. Wait, not Robin, I mean Firefly? Oh. Well, the thing with... Okay. So here's the thing. With Zhao Q's release, Acheron and Firefly are way closer now. Like, with Zhao Q on the team for Acheron, like, Firefly and Acheron are kind of battling it out, right? However, Firefly is still slightly better. The reason why Firefly is better isn't because of Firefly necessarily, right? Like, it isn't her. Like, as a DPS, Acheron is technically better. It is Super Break as a mechanic itself that is so fucking broken. Because it's not only Firefly doing damage. Harmony Trailblazer does his skill, and that does like 150k. Gallagher does his ult, that does like 200k. Basic attack from Ruan Mei does like 30 or 40k. So like, it's the entire team that does damage on a break team that makes the Firefly team more stronger than Acheron. But Acheron herself versus Firefly herself is like nearly the same. Like they're on the same playing field. It is simply the mechanic of Super Break that makes the Firefly team stronger. FF is break easier to team build? Yeah, exactly. Using one harmony with E0 Acheron still works in pure fiction since she does not need the extra damage from running to nihility. Oh, it works. It works in general. Like there is, I don't know if you guys have seen, there is an E0S1 Acheron zero cycle of Hule on YouTube that I watched a few days ago, and they used Robin on the team. Like it was possible because of Robin and her action forward. So if you have like super high relic investment in a Robin, you don't even need to like listen to the damage buff. Like you can just fucking ignore it and run a Harmony anyways. If you freeze, then you won't need a sustain. You might be onto something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like a character that could freeze like consistently often, like every time they get their turn, like it'd be really broken. Good day, man. Also, congratulations to Wuwa. Good day, Grimfield. As much as I want to hate Genshin, but what they're really good at is balancing the characters. Yeah, like, bro, Diluc is still so fucking good today. Like, he's not top tier, right? But you can use a Diluc from literally when you first started playing the game, and he can still clear everything in the game. Like, Mona is also absolutely crazy because of the elemental reactions. Like, there's a lot of old characters from literally the beginning of the game that can still clear all the content. I remember you talking about how Robin is just better than Acheron and Acheron mains are on cope. Firefly? Oh, yeah. I'm talking about team damage though, Arthur. Like, okay. Here's the thing with Acheron team versus Super Break team of Firefly. One, the Firefly team is cheaper. Gallagher has been in like 3 different events, and he's been on 4 different banners. So you get Gallagher, right? Then you get Ruan Mei, the most common Harmony in the entire game. She is the most pulled on limited support in the entirety of the game, right? So you only need 1 5-star, 1 limited on the team, right? And you have the rest, like the rest is free to play. Harmony Trailblazer, free to play. Gallagher, free to play. So you have a cheaper team that does more damage and needs less relic investment. Like, that's why Firefly is so much better than Acheron, in my opinion. You don't need double crit substats on every single piece. You have a cheaper team that doesn't rely on broken supports, right? Like, it's just overall better. It's way more free to play. Like, sure, right now, when Jiaoqiu comes out, Acheron's team will be nearly on par with the Super Break team in terms of how much damage they're doing a cycle. Like, on average, right? But when Ling Sha comes out, it's right back to the Super Break team. So my point is that the Super Break team just gives you the most damage for cheap. Like, it has the greatest value of any team comp in the entirety of the game. And it works in every single endgame mode as well. They should add Cocolia so she can constantly freeze. I feel like it's too late at this point. Maybe in the beginning of the game, but I feel like at this point it's too late. So yeah, like, Firefly is significantly better. Like, she just is. Like, if you go to Pride Win or some shit, like, if you check how much damage they do per cycle at the exact same relic investment, Firefly team will do nearly 2 million damage a cycle, while an Acheron team will probably do like 1 million at E0S1 or E0S0. Sorry, I meant to say E0S0. Because another thing about Firefly is she's less reliant on her Lycone. Like, the difference between her Lycone and On the Fall of an Eon is like 7%. While Acheron takes significantly longer to get her stacks up without her Lycone. And also loses out on some damage. It's just so much cheaper, it's not even close. Hasn't Aglaia as a character been leaked and she has a broken mechanic, as people say? Maybe that permafreeze you're talking about? Aglaia is rumored to be a destruction character. Her element hasn't been confirmed though. Like, the only leak we've had on her element has been ice, but like, it's not fully confirmed. But yeah, there have been some leaks. Apparently Aglaia is going to be a destruction unit. We don't know of what. What's up? What's up, Mancer? Honestly, since they can both clear, it's a matter of preference. I think Super Break is also more fun, so I would invest more into that over Acheron team. Yeah, exactly. Like the other thing is that they're equally as impressive in terms of like universal value. Like an Acheron team can clear anything in any endgame mode, and a Firefly team can clear any endgame mode. Like it's really just comes down to preference. Like which characters do you like more? Like the only reason I don't recommend a break team, like I made a video, some of you may have seen it, on my recommendations for new team comps to go for as a new player. The only reason I didn't recommend the break team is because Ruan May's banner and Firefly's banner literally just came out. Like we're probably not going to see them again for like 4 or 5 patches. And I'm not going to tell a new player to wait 9 months to get the optimal super break team. Like that'd just be fucking stupid. But yeah, my Firefly over Acheron argument isn't because Acheron is bad. It's because Firefly is just that good. Or like the Super Break team in general is that good. Like if there's another Super Break DPS that comes out, like sure, we get more options, right? But we just don't need it. Firefly team is already so fucking broken. If the triple banner is true, we may get them sooner. Um, I don't know. Like with the amount of new characters we're getting lately, it'll probably be the same as it used to be at some point, right? Because they're only doing one triple banner a patch, and they're probably going to be using those for characters that haven't come out in a long ass time, like Seal. Um, I don't know. I don't remember when Jing Yuan last came out in a banner. But I still think it'll take like 4 patches, even with the triple rerun banner. Firefly doesn't even need double crit stats. Easiest gearing ever. Even with crappy break stats gear, you can still clear things. Yeah. Like my Firefly, I'm not trolling, right? Every single relic had at max one roll on each relic. Each relic had one roll on break effect, right? And she was still doing enough damage to clear most of the end game. Like I have an unbuilt Gallagher, an unbuilt Harmony MC at E2, like, and it's still stronger than like my Dill team, my Yun Lee team. Like it's so fucking broken, man. Jing Yuan was in 2.0. Oh, so he was 4 patches ago, and Seal was 1.4. Yeah, Seal has been getting hoed. Like, I think they're gonna go the same route with Doctor Ratio. I think they're not gonna release Doctor Ratio for a long ass time because they wouldn't make any money off it. Just my opinion, though. Like so many people, even the leakers were like, "Yo, Doctor Ratio's coming in the second half of the 2.5 patch." And then they instantly changed it. They're like, no, Dr. Ratio isn't coming anymore. It's like, I'm not surprised in the slightest, man. Like, 95% of the player base already has a Dr. Ratio. I still have a E2 Harmony MC. I need to get the other Eidolons. Been too lazy? Yeah, same. The problem with Penacony quests is that they're so fucking annoyingly long. Like every single Penacony quest that you have to do to get enough clocky credits, like the big ones, take like half an hour, man. Like just one quest is 20 minutes to half an hour. Like I just don't want to grind that. Doctor Ratio is gone forever. Maybe we'll be free again though. Is Firefly's power dependent on hitting break? Yeah. Like that's why it's closer than it looks. Acheron can do damage without characters being broken or enemies being broken. However, you need to break an enemy before a super break team is able to do their damage. However, most enemies in the game can be broken pretty fast if you have Ruan Mei on your team. So that's why she's still strong nonetheless. Like, when you aren't breaking enemies, you're doing like 10 to 20k in E with Firefly. But the second they're broken, you're doing like nearly 400k every single E. So it's like you break them, they instantly die. It's that simple. We need that Wuwa skip button in HSR. I'd love that, man. Is Firefly? Oh wait, no, I already read that. Maybe they'll give ratio away for free again. That would fucking suck. I feel like most of the player base would complain about it, and I wouldn't like it. Like I'd rather a new character in general. And I don't think they'll do that. I think they're gonna wait like maybe half a year to a year until like maybe only half the player base has doctor ratio or a little over half, and then they'll rerun him again. Because it's already going down. Like when doctor ratio came out, I believe it was something like 99.8% of all players have a doctor ratio on their account, and right now it went down to 95%. So the more patches that pass, the less accounts have doctor ratio. Don't we have a skip in HSR? I skipped so hard in that March 7th quest. You can only skip after you experience the quest once. Like, you have to actually go through the motion first, and then you can skip afterwards when it uses the exact same dialogue or scene. That's the difference. Like in Wuwa, you can just instantly skip the first time you hit a quest. You don't have to do a quest twice or a scene twice. I think ZZZ has the skip button though. I do think ZZZ has a skip button in general. No, I'm too lazy. I wouldn't pull for ratio just because I'm so salty I didn't get him. Tough, man. That fake collab banner is going to do wonders? Yeah. I mean, it's already been leaked that Archer's going to come out. Or not leaked, but it was in a, like in the new trailer they did, Archer's voice is in it. Which is unsurprising, really. But I'm kind of waiting for Gilgamesh. Like, Gilgamesh, no matter what, would be imaginary, right? Like, I think everyone can agree on that. Gilgamesh would be imaginary. But I really want to see, like, I really want him in the game more than anyone else. Actually, maybe Saber. What would Saber... I don't know. I feel like they could hoe Gilgamesh by making him physical, because they did the same shit with Yun Li. But I do think he's more fit for imaginary. I've been playing Wuwa a lot more than HSR recently. I really need to stop being lazy doing HSR quests. Yeah, that's another thing I have to say. Like, because there's no skip button in HSR, doing the quests and the side quests are so fucking annoying. Like, I have to say it was the worst in Penacony. Like, in Penacony, I can name at least, like, 3 different times I got dialogue locked. Like, there was some scene, and I couldn't move or do anything for, like, 10 to 20 minutes. Like, it sucked. Gil, by lore, should be human. Man was really fighting for human emancipation from the Age of Gods. I mean, yeah, I know, but I still think he should be imaginary because of his powers. I want Saber. I feel like Saber is like guaranteed to come. Like, let's be honest. If there's any girl, we all know a girl is gonna come out of that fake collab to make them the most money. It's gonna be Saber, right? However, I just want Gilgamesh. Like, I don't really care for Saber all that much. That Acheron / Welt conversation went on forever, yeah. Fake collab, probably 3 characters at max. Can I ask why so many people think this? Like, why do so many people think the fake collab is gonna be like only a few characters? Like in every single trailer, they've shown that it's gonna be an entirely new planet that we go to, and every single new planet we've had so far has had like more than 2 or 3 characters to come out. Like, I think it'll be more than 3. I think it'll be like 4 to 6, in my opinion. I won't touch Wuwa again until the console release. Hey, playing that type of game on phone, I feel that, man. I feel that. They kind of messed up though. They gave Yun Li Excalibur. I mean, not really. Like, kinda, but also not really. I don't know. Like Saber is probably just gonna end up being completely better. You know, now that I think of it, I think okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. I'm gonna predict that Gilgamesh will be an imaginary erudition unit. I think that's who Gilgamesh will be. I think the fact that like he's known for like having a million swords or whatever the fuck, like every single treasure, like he's probably gonna be a follow-up attacker or a counter attacker. And he's probably gonna be imaginary. We may get Saber for free. No. We're not getting Saber for free. If there's anyone we're getting for free, it's Shiro. Or Emiya Shiro or whatever his name is. There's no way they're gonna give Saber for free. They'd actually lose. I bet right now they'd lose out on hundreds of millions if they made Saber free. They are not gonna do that. It's probably because fake crossover sounds like an event and not a main story thing. Events only last 1 patch. Yeah, but it's not an event. Like, if you look at every single like it shows them going to a new planet. Like it's an entirely new planet, right? Like when you look at the Fate thing and you look at the animation for the collab, it shows them going throughout the galaxy and going to a planet. And that planet isn't like Red Aura or whatever. Like I don't think they'd make an entire planet just for 1 or 2 characters or for 1 patch. Hoyo don't get free 5 stars unless they win the game awards. Yeah, even then, like Doctor Ratio wasn't exactly that hyped. Like he was hyped because he was free, but other than that, most people didn't care all that much. It's too bad it's UBW only. If it's a whole planet, I can imagine BB just taking over a planet for shits and giggles. Probably because the high 3 collabs are using 1 of 3 characters, but I remember the Rappa collab had like 8 characters. I mean, I don't know anything about Honkai Impact 3rd. I just know that I don't think they'd only release a couple of characters for an entirely new planet. Like, they haven't done that yet, have they? Like, we've had like 4 or 6... I think we've had like 4 or 6 Penacony characters, like limited characters. Like, for every planet, we've had like 6+ characters, I feel like. Technically, Herta Space Station is also a planet. I mean, that's true. Oh, wait. I thought I was on Honkai Star Rail for a second. I mean, that's true, but we've also had a ton of characters from there, no? Like, we've had Himiko, Danhung, Herda, fucking Ruan Mei. Like, in every single thing that counts as a planet, we've had multiple characters. Like, limited characters. Where's the Shorekeeper animations? I have no clue. All they did was show a cool animation. The planet might as well just be a decoration. I mean, I just can't believe that they, like... I don't believe it. Like, I really don't think it'll just be an event. Like, the fact that they used the same animation twice and in the second time they made it more detailed, and they showed again that it's a new planet, I don't think it's just a coincidence of, oh, this looks cool. I think they're deadass like showing what the planet is gonna look like, or that we're going to an entirely new planet with the fate shit. Because otherwise, why would we have to wait a year and a half? Like, let's be honest, right? It's not coming out until like late 2025. Like, it makes even more sense that it's coming out that late because they'd have to build an entirely new planet. They did announce it a year in advance, so I'm hopeful there's... Yeah, exactly. Like, an entire year and a half in advance. Like, and the thing shows a new planet. Like, there's just no way, man. There's just no way it's just a one event thing, like a one and done thing with only a couple of characters. I can't wait to see Shorekeeper's animation. Same. Shorekeeper has the best design in the game so far, I feel like. It used to be Zeshi, in my opinion, but I think now it's easily Shorekeeper. And it confirmed my thought that people just hate Wuwa's designs because they use black a lot more. Like, Shorekeeper doesn't use black all that much, and people loved her design, including me. I think the reason why people call Wuwa's designs quote-unquote bland is because they use a lot more black. Like, if you look at Genshin characters, they barely use any black at all. Like, it's almost always just colorful colors that match the outfit design. Ooh, free standard pull. Want to pull Zeshi because she has her own mini grapple thing, but I feel like I'd be burning through too many resources. Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel like Wuwa definitely has a resource burnout that is really fucking annoying. So these are my Changli's final stats. 1900 attack and 76 crit rate with 270 crit damage. It's pretty solid. Pull the gun. I already have the standard gun. I'll show you guys here. I have the standard gun and the standard sword already. And I have Gion's Broadblade. And I have this. Like, the only weapon I'm missing is Gauntlet. So that's why I'm wishing on Gauntlet right now. Let's see. Garbage. What pity am I at? I think I'm at like 20 or 30 pity at this point. Yeah, that's 30 pity, right? 32 pity. I got the sword in 26 pity, by the way. Nice. I think I got the gun at 30 or 40. And I got the sword from the level 45 shit. I can agree that leveling weapons is pretty expensive from level 1 to 90, yeah. I'm probably going to use Zhengliao's weapon as my general gauntlet. Yeah, that's what I originally wanted to do, but I really needed Zeshi's weapon because I needed something for my Yinlin. Like, I just did. Because I wasn't able to get Yinlin's weapon. That's one criticism I never understood. Wuwa's somber color scheme is part of its aesthetic. Why do so many people want it to look like a Hoyo game? I don't know. I mean, I only mentioned it because it just proved people wrong. But yeah, the people hating on it are... I don't know, it's stupid. I feel like they just like the oversaturated Hoyo designs. Like, you have to keep in mind, right? Like, Hoyo games are the most popular gacha games on the market. So that's going to be the standard that most people are looking at, right? Like they're used to the overly colorful and overly designed, like patterned shit with barely any black on it. So when a game does something different, they don't know how to react to it, right? Are you pulling for Sparkle's light cone? No. Just a waste. It'd just be a waste. The only way I'll pull for a light cone soon is if in the luckiest separate universe I get Robin early and I win the 50-50 and I get Fei Xiao early and win the 50-50, then I'd go for Fei Xiao's light cone. That's literally the only world where like I go for a light cone currently. Because I just lost my 75-25 on Yunli's banner. Got my second Verena on my first 10 pulls on the standard. God damn. Lucky as shit. I miss half the Wuwa character trying to kill us when they first meet us. Yeah. Sometimes after I do my dailies and mats farming, I find myself running around the world. It's really pleasing to the eyes. It's completely the same with me. That's why I started off all my videos where like I just speak while running around the world and weathering waves. Like it's just satisfying and it's beautiful. Like I think it's a lot better than Genshin. Like even if someone doesn't like Wuwa more than Genshin, I feel like it's very obvious that graphically Wuwa looks significantly better, in my opinion. My first S1 was King Yang, and honestly, we stan. My first S1 limited character is Calcharo. Because I lost a 50-50, but I lost it early, so it didn't really matter. And I have him S1. Alpha will be coming to Wuwa, hopefully. That's who I'm really waiting for right now. Guys, I'm guaranteed in both banners. Wish me luck for early for Fei Xiao. Good luck, man. I wish you the best. Fei Xiao's ending up looking a lot better than people originally thought, including myself. So, I wish you luck, man. I unconsciously teleport back to Mount Firmament before locking out. What do you think Wuwa will give us for winning visuals? Not much. Either nothing or like 10 or 20 pulls. I don't think they're very inclined to reward for something like that. Like, I feel like winning Game of the Year is like on a completely different scale to winning Best Audio or Visuals. Fei Xiao Wanners will be havers, I believe. Yeah. I'm going to be pulling for Robin, but I'm very interested in the 2.6 characters. If you guys don't know, I think around like a week or even before that, Zhao Q's banner goes away. We will end up getting drip marketing for the 2.6 characters. So I'm really hyped. I really hope we get an ice character, man. We need an ice character right now. If we can get Lucia as a playable character, we might have a chance with Alpha. Maybe. Pretty sure that's like their first time winning. Who? Oh, Wuwa? Yeah, but it's not like anything crazy. Which is my point. Like, it's different scales. Do you think Ling Sha will be better in the long run? Yes. But I feel like that applies to like any supporter sustained in the game. But I do think so. Like, as I mentioned before, Rappa's leaked kit is being an imaginary air edition, and she's break focused. So Ling Sha would work super well on a Rappa team in like fucking pure fiction. Because Ling Sha's follow-ups and ult does a shit ton of damage for super break teams. And she hits all enemies on field. So a Rappa, like Ling Sha, will probably end up being the best sustain possible for Rappa. Like, if the kit leaks are true. And also for any follow-up attackers, actually no, like Aventurine is still the best for follow-up attackers, I feel like. But basically any team that's break focused, their best sustain is going to be Ling Sha. And break is a new mechanic right now, so there isn't that many units. However, in the future we should be getting more and more break units. So I do think Ling Sha has pretty good future um potential, especially considering it's been leaked. We're not going to be getting any new preservation units in the next world, and we're barely going to be getting any abundance units, meaning we'll probably get one abundance unit at max in the next world. So investing in a new sustain like Ling Sha really wouldn't hurt all that much because it'd last you a long fucking time. I need Wuwa to up rewards for Upper Soul 3 ranks. Oh yeah. I think that's the biggest criticism I have for Wuwa right now. Going up soul levels and like it doesn't do anything. Like it really doesn't. It doesn't do shit, man. You barely get any increase in anything. Just started playing PGR because of Alpha, but luckily she is amongst one of the selection characters for beginners, and I got her like an hour ago. Oh, nice, man. Or girl. I think you're a girl. Gwen Taylor. Nice. I tried PGR like, what was it? I think I tried it for like a week. However, I've been off it now because I have to focus on real life shit lately. Like I've been uploading less videos and I've been streaming less, and it's all because of fucking personal shit going on in my life. So I haven't been able to play it all that much like I used to. But I think I'm like level 30. Like I'm very beginner level. I haven't made it that far in the game at all. Fun fact, I was told standard selector is permanent and you can still obtain the new characters it drops there with 100% rate up. What? In PGR? I'm not completely sure. That's pretty sick though. Do you explore in this game? It's stressful but endurable. But then Genshin? Oh yeah. I think Genshin's exploration is the worst. Like I have to say, if you've never played Wuwa, it'll never affect you in Genshin all that much. But the second you play Wuwa and you go back to Genshin, oh my fucking god, man. Like, it's an actual headache. It genuinely hurts. I'm a guy, don't get fooled by the name. Oh. Oh yeah. Genshin exploration is bad. Chest lock to long, boring side quests. Yeah, another thing that I feel like no one talks about this anymore because I feel like everyone who plays WoW is used to it, and Genshin players aren't aware of it all that much. The chests in WoW give way more gems than the chest in the Genshin. The lowest amount of gems you can get from a chest in this game, I'm pretty sure, is 10. And then the next best is 20. And then the absolute best is 40. And even at the bare minimum, I think the lowest amount of gems you can get is, like those tacit field thingies that drop like tacit XP. Like, I think that's the lowest amount you can get, and it gives you 5. However, every single chest in this game gives like nearly double what Genshin usually would. It's 5, not 10, really? I thought it was 10. Also, I wish you luck on your incoming pulls when all the 50-50, bro. I appreciate that, man. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm not happy at all with the fact that I've lost 2 75-25s in a row for the Lycone banner and Hawkeye Star Rail. Like, I'm gonna be completely honest, right? Like, hear me out, right? It is so much better to just buy a Honkai Star Rail account than it is to actually fucking start from the bottom up. Like, it is infinitely better. Obviously, you can get scammed, and obviously, it's wrong. However, it is infinitely better. And it's not even fucking close. But the fact that stamina still think and movement is locked. Um, Wait, where was it? Oh, that locked behind character suck. Oh yeah, like that's the main selling point for the new Notland characters. Mualani, her main selling point is the fact that she can ride a shark, and she can move faster in Notland than like any other character. Kinich has a grapple from Wuwa. Like, they're advertising movement on the new characters just to sell them more. Thing is, quality of life exploration on Genshin's locked. Yeah, exactly. Like, they do this every time, man. Like, I'm pretty sure Farina can walk on water. Like, no matter what. Like, she doesn't drown. She can just walk on water. So you have no problems with Farina at all. Like, there's a Kazuha, for example. Kazuha can make it easier climbing up shit. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. There's another character that's new in Genshin for Notland that's also better for climbing up cliffs. Like, they do this shit with every single fucking character. Hey, man, you got a sub? Didn't know you were chill like that, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you finding me chill. Nice having you here. I just hate that there's exploration characters paying 100 plus just to run faster with Elon. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I still feel like 5 and 10 are pitiful rewards when I know one pull is 160. Oh, yeah. It's terrible, man. Like, I've said this before. Like, I made an entire video on this before. That what Wuwa is doing currently is how it should have always been. And realistically, for the amount of money these games make, being generous isn't, like, that big of a deal. Like, we've seen it with Wuwa. They gave everyone a standard selector at the beginning of the game, right? Like, did that ruin the experience for anyone? No. If anything, it just made them want to play the game more. Like, being generous with rewards has no consequences. The amount of gems they give per patch is definitely dropping nowadays. Back then it was way more. Oh, yeah. Like in Wuwa currently, yeah. For this patch, it's justifiable because they're making a limited 5-star free. However, compared to HSR, if you go for like limited pulls versus limited pulls, HSR actually gives more limited pulls than Wuwa right now. Like character pulls, right? Like in general, you get more pulls from Wuwa because you get standard pulls and you get weapon banner pulls. But in terms of just character wishing, it's currently HSR that's in the lead. I'm looking for Wuwa co-op events. I don't think they'll do it. I really think I don't know why, but every single gacha company implements co-op and then makes it nearly fucking useless. It is so fucking annoying, man. It's like a useless feature that's only there for like, I don't know, like maybe helping newbies or some shit. I genuinely have no clue. Literally though, Reverse 1999, Nike, although the 5-star pity sucks, are good examples. I don't know about those games. I'm not an avid gacha fan like that. To be fair, Genshin releases fewer characters and the lack of power creep means you never truly need a pull. I think Genshin's biggest flaw is the weapon banner. I think that's where Genshin is so much worse than Honkai Star Rail and Wuwa. Like nobody, because you almost never get enough pulls to like get a new character as a free to play, you never have the option to go for the weapon banner because the weapon banner is simply too risky. Like even as a free to play in HSR, you can skip like a patch and almost guarantee yourself a weapon and a character. You can't really do that in Genshin. I think that's where it really comes from. The same applies to Wuwa, by the way. And your pity doesn't carry over? Yeah. Like, Genshin's weapon banner is, like, disgusting. Like, you should just never pull for it unless you're a whale. Do you think the system requirements for 120 FPS is a bit high? It must be, because I don't fucking have it. I have an RTX 30 Ti, or 3060 Ti, with a Ryzen 5 5600X. I know my PC can run this game at 120 FPS because I used the mod on it before, and it still doesn't, like, they don't give me the option for it. Like, I don't understand why they're gatekeeping it that fucking much. Speaking of the fans, we're cheering for the fact that the weapon banner now only has one pity guarantee instead of two. Oh, does it? Well, that's nice at least. But it's still so fucking... Oh my god. Isn't the weapon banner still 50-50 as well? Like, they're not changing that, right? Yep. Yeah, like that's just so fucking dog shit. Like, you have to imagine there are people out there who are just incredibly unlucky. Like, I myself have lost two 75-25s in a row in the Honkai Star Rail Light Cone banner. Like, if it's 50-50, you can just imagine that someone out there just loses every single fucking weapon banner. Like, same thing, just less pulls to guarantee, yeah. I'm pulling weapons on Wuwa, but I still feel like weapons in themselves are scams. Wuwa is supposedly unique because of how universal the abilities of weapons are. I think the problem with Wuwa is that every single 4-star weapon is so fucking ass that it makes the 5-star weapons look good. Like, they purposely made the 4-star weapons ass to make you want to go for the 5-star weapons. However, it's not so bad because of the way Wuwa's endgame works. You can always just switch one 5-star weapon to another character who can use that exact same weapon on a different team. So it's not that bad, in my opinion. Also, it's 100% guaranteed, unlike these other games. Like, it's only been 2 patches, right? Like, you need to keep in mind, it's only been 2 or 3 patches, and I have 4 5-star weapons. This is more than I have on Honkai Star Rail by like double. Like, it's not even close, right? Like, the only thing I'm missing is a 5-star gauntlet, and I'm currently like 32 pity in the standard banner for the gauntlet. Wuwa's standard sword and gun is so good, you just need other 3? Yeah, exactly. That's why I use my Geon's broadsword on Jinshi and Kalcharo because I just can, right? And I'm using Zeshi's weapon on my Yinling currently. Like, they're super universal. The moment you get one 5-star weapon, you don't really need to get another 5-star weapon. Like, usually signatures are only better by like 15 to 20% at max. But usually it's like 10%. Meanwhile, reverse 1999. Oh, you want the character's weapon? Get it for free and play the event. Miss the event? Don't worry, it'll be in the shop for a discount. I didn't know it was that good. Shorekeeper doesn't work with crit though. Then you can just use her with ER. No, like you can use this variation. Unless she works on like damage boost or something, like her. I don't know. Like, couldn't you just use this on her? Bruh, Genshin should just add 1% to the base rate. You wish. I wish. And you wish. As bad as Genshin's weapon banner is, there isn't a single case where a character can't function without their weapon. Well, yeah, but I think the only case where not having the weapon of a character has kinda sucked is probably Arlecchino. Like, not even because of damage, but because you literally miss out on like a core part of the character's design by not having their signature weapon. In high third, you need to pull the character, their weapon, and their equipment. That sounds fucking annoying. If you get the 5-star weapon of Shorekeeper, it'll work perfectly with Arena. Yeah. PGR weapon banner is just forever though. It's on an 80-20 rate, 30 pity. Oh shit, that's pretty cheap. And the 5-star weapon will most likely be ER. Yeah. I wonder how strong Shorekeeper's weapon will be. I really don't think it'll be that crazy, personally. Bro, true, my Arlecchino looks so sad, yeah. I think the way they treated Arlecchino, like, the weapon looks completely different if you don't have her signature is kinda annoying. Like, that fucking Walmart-ass scythe hologram, man. That you can barely fucking see. I said it before, Hoyo games are the only ones where I feel like I can break my account. Yeah. Like right now, I'm so carefree in Wuwa. Because I know the only thing holding me back in Wuwa from fully clearing Tower of Adversity is my own laziness and the fact that I'm not UL 60 yet, so I can't get these guys to level 90. Because getting characters to level 90 is like an entire 20% damage buff, right? Like, I don't feel like I need a pull for this character so I can clear the endgame content. I know it's a skill issue currently and like a progress issue. But in Honkai Star Rail, it's actually like, bro, oh my fucking god, it's getting bad. I mean, though, you can make the argument for Genshin too as well, though. I really just think it's Honkai Star Rail. I don't know about Honkai Impact Third, but Honkai Star Rail just has a disgusting power creep that makes it so fucking annoying for people who take breaks. PGR system is goated. It's amazing Kuro managed to make enough money to make Wuwa. Yeah. I wonder how much money they make off PGR. Like, I kind of want to compare to Wuwa. Like, another thing that people don't understand that's so impressive is that Kuro was able to make Wuthering Waves with, like, a fraction of the budget of Hoyo. Like, it is so impressive. Hyperbloom carries old content in Genshin. You don't need to pull out. Yeah, I know. Elemental reactions in Genshin can make up for the difference in, like, everything. $100% rate up, no 50-50, enough currency to get the banner character every patch as free to play. That's so good, man. Ugh. PGR are so generous, but I just hate the setup of the gameplay. Yeah. I think PGR doesn't even reach 1 million. There's no way it's that low. It's probably like a couple million if I had to guess. But yeah, that just shows that like they were running on super low revenue from PGR and now they're getting way more from Wuwa. Like way more. 2 to 3 million as of now. Range is usually 300k to 1 million sometimes, depending on if something happens. Even more amazing, Rexlent was probably single-handedly keeping Kuro alive. JK, he's the only big PGR whale I know. Yeah, I have heard that. I didn't know Rexlent used to play other Kuro games as well. I thought he just played for Wuwa. But I then found out later on that he also played other Kuro games. Wuwa needs to hurry up with the skins. PGR has tons of skins. I don't know if they'll do it. I mean, they probably will, but like, they might end up going the Genshin route where they take like a millennia to release one fucking skin for a character. Oh, immune. How fun. Give me my 5 fucking asteroid. Oh, I think I just did 100% with that. Oh, wait, never mind. I think it was for this. Never mind. Yeah. Wasn't there leaks of a Jinshi and Sanhua skin at some points coming? I don't know. I take it with a grain of salt. Also, why Rover? Like, I'm gonna be honest. Does anyone still use Rover in like any of the endgame content? He's not bad. But like, does anyone use them? Like, I feel like they became so much less popular the second Jinshi came out. And like Changli. I use Rover. I use Rover for lower floors. I do. Oh, never mind. I guess I was wrong then. Free standard pull. You guys ready to see me get these gauntlets real quick? There it is. Never mind. Got nothing. I like Rover so much that I 90-90'd them. So for any new elements, I'll have them maxed out. Does it work like that? Oh, it does. I see. Yeah, that's pretty smart. People sleep on Spectral Rover, though. I don't think they sleep on him. I just think Havoc is very clearly better. So no one uses Spectral Rover. I have a full set of Havoc Echoes, too, so I could use him if I built him. But, like, maybe I don't know. Who's better, Havoc Rover or Donjin? Like, I don't know who's better. We're getting Electro Rover, most likely in 1.3. Maybe. Who knows? Spectro is such a good support. Spectro's versatile but on TPS potential, yeah. Spectro Rover is a great hybrid support, but if you have a dedicated support and a dedicated DPS, he feels redundant. I see. Donjin can probably go solo if well built, but will require skill. Yeah, I know. I'm just asking because I always use Donjin for the lower floors. Like the first 2 floors of the tower, I've always used Donjin. So I was kind of wondering. Like I only use Changli currently because I just got her. Verena Power Creep Spectral Rover. Oh, so you're telling me when Shorekeeper comes out, he's gonna have no use? Because anyone with Verena and Shorekeeper won't need another support like that, probably. I think that's the best part of this game. I like the best reward is probably the standard selector. Like, the fact that you can get the most broken standard unit in the game, Verena, like off bat, like anyone can get her if they want to. Like, it's so nice, man. Like, it's like being a new player in Honkai Star Rail and instantly being able to pick Bronya. Like, oh my god, I love that. You would not need to use Baiji if you got Shorekeeper. I mean, we don't need to use Baiji right now anyways. Baiji's already trash, so it's fine anyways. She goes from trash to garbage with Shorekeeper's release. I still use Baiji in Tower of Adversity. You have a bricked account. Tough. Tough. I feel bad. As you can see, my Baiji level 6 S6. You see that? Double sixes. Baiji been destroying people's polls in Zeshi's banner. Can I? Let me show you guys this, bro. Baiji. 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 Sanhua. It's just fucking Baiji Central, man. Like, I'm trying to get Sanhua from this banner, and I haven't gotten her at all. I still think that Zhang Liao's heavy attack should consume Concerto energy and do a heavy blast instead of the slash sleep. I just need one more Sanhua for E6 Sanhua. Oh, nice. I think I have her S4. I don't know much about Zhang Liao's kit. Like, I really haven't been looking at him, like, at all. Yeah, I have her S4. I've been so focused on Honkai Star Rail leaks that I haven't bothered with Wuwa ones at all. I have S5 and I use her with Encore. I see. What happened to the theory crafters saying that a Changli Encore team would like be the new #1 team? Like, did that end up just not being true through calcs? Like, I'm not completely sure. I also use Baiji because I'm comfortable with her moveset. Verena's both unbuilt and still not used to her moveset. I see. It isn't true. Jinshi broke the power balance. I see. Yeah, because I remember theory crafters being like, oh my god, when Changli releases, because of her 20% fusion outro buff, Encore is going to be the new strongest team with her. And I was like, I don't really know. Jinshi ended up being really strong. I would play Wuwa if my phone stopped getting heated. My phone model is Android S20. Yeah, I can understand. Like, I have one of the newest iPad Pros. Like, I have last year's iPad Pro, or a 2022 iPad Pro. And that shit still gets heated playing Wuwa. Like, I think the biggest problem with mobile devices isn't even whether or not they can run a game. It's the fact that they get hot so fucking fast. Like, battery and the heat is a bigger problem than being able to run the game. Encore doesn't benefit from Changli Resonance Liberation. Problem is Encore's moveset is focused on basic attack and Jinshi burst. Encore needs crit support or something. I see. Boys, I'm going to end the stream here. Quick stream. Just wanted to do it because I was honestly bored and I don't know if I'll upload a video today. And I also had a bunch of energy left over, which I'll probably use tomorrow or in another stream. So, I hope all of you have a good day. Hope all of you have a great night. And peace out. Thank you all for stopping by once again.